Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Omar Musin, and I am with the United Nations Office of Information Communication Technology. And I'll be your co-moderator today with my friend and colleague Miguel from the European Commission Digit. So first, we are very excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. I know we have the event is live streamed on YouTube, and we're joined by all our finalists, and we're very excited to be announcing our winners today. So thank you very much for being here with us. Wanted before starting congratulate all the finalists who are here. It was extremely tough for all the jury member to be able to shortlist those 20 finalists. We had until last few hours, there was still a lot of debate among the jury, which is a very good problem to have, that it was really tough for us to pick a winner, because that's a testimony of the quality of the solutions we got. We had, just to summarize, 49 submissions from 29 countries, and all very extremely good quality. And thank you very much for everybody. Before we start, just a few housekeeping rules. Just to let you know that this event is being recorded and streamed live, and ask you all, please, if you could turn off the microphone and camera. And if you have to speak, if you could please introduce yourself. So we have a pretty good program for you today. And before going further, I want to give the floor to the co-moderator, Miguel, please.
Thanks, Omar. And yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, maybe, to some of you. And I'm just joining Omar on his words. I mean, it has been an incredible journey, this hackathon. It's the second one that we do together with UN, but at Commission side, we have done already quite a few ones. And the intensity of this one was really high. I mean, we started somehow like quiet, thinking, okay, is people getting interested? Yes, no. And then days were passing by, and suddenly we were receiving more and more submissions, and especially towards the end, very high quality, complete solutions with code to the repository. So by all means, this has been really a success, and I'm very happy already. We are very happy already with the results and the commitment that you have shown. And I would like to thank you guys, not only the ones that are here, the finalists, but everybody that was subscribing and following the discussions in Slack. So I'm very pleased. And by the way, yes, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Miguel Diaz, and I'm the project lead of the Open Source Program Office. And I'm super happy to be here. So thank you all. Back to you, Omar.
Thank you very much again, Miguel. We have a great program for you, but we're gonna start with our 3 keynote speakers. I'm a bit sorry, we just heard that Mr. Bernardo Mariano Jr. will be a few minutes late. I think he will join in like 15 or 20 minutes. So if you don't mind, we could start with Ms. Crisanti Giorzo from the European Commission, who's the Deputy Head of Reusable Solutions at Digit. Crisanti?
Hi, Omar. Hi, everyone. Hello. That's it. So shortly, we'll be announcing the winners of the hackathon organized by the OpenStreetMap, the United Nations, and the European Commission. And I cannot tell you how important it is for all of us to have had this chance to work with you, the OpenStreetMap community. We just need to look around, and we will see that the world is experiencing the largest wave of urban growth ever. By 2015, around two-thirds of humanity will be living in urban areas. That's almost 6.5 billion people, not million, billion. So these mega cities come with great opportunities, with the goods and services, but they also come with mega challenges, environmental, social, and economic. And we in the European Commission, we strongly believe, but that working hand in hand with communities such as the OpenStreetMap is the best way for public services to have a chance when facing these kind of challenges. And this is because the open source is the leading model, is the most flexible platform, we believe, for these digital frontiers. So today's hackathon proved this. Omar said that we had more than 100 participants that joined us in this hackathon, and you proved that you are aware of the power of open source. You proved it by working in teams from 29 different countries. You proved it by submitting 49 solutions. And again, quoting Omar, it was a great challenge for us to narrow it down to 8 finalists, and even more difficult to find the winners. So I will not keep you more. I just want to take the chance to thank all the colleagues at the United Nations, the OpenGIS team, the UN mappers, and our Commission friends and colleagues at the Statistical Office of the European Union, Eurostat, the Commission Science and Knowledge Service, the Joint Research Center, also the Director General for Communication Networks, Content and Technology, DG Connect. And I would like to thank all of these colleagues and friends, because without their help, we wouldn't have achieved this hackathon. We appreciate a lot the help that we received during the preparation. We thank you for being there and helping the participating teams as mentors, and for your insights, your tests, and your diligence during the evaluation. So thank you, and looking forward to hearing the winners.
Thanks so much, Crisanti, for your word. We're thrilled to have with us as a second keynote speaker, Mr. Guillaume Richard. Guillaume is the chairman of the board of OpenStreetMap Foundation, and they have been our partner from day one. They have been wonderful. They managed to mobilize the whole OSM community around our initiative. Big thanks again to OSM and to Guillaume and the OSM team. Guillaume, you have the floor, please.
Yes, thank you, Emma. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Crisanti. So yes, I'm with the OpenStreetMap Foundation. I'm the chairman of the foundation that supports the project. And I'm really happy to welcome you to the award ceremony for the UN Open Source Software for SDG Challenge, focusing on SDG 11, the Sustainable Cities and Communities. And I'm honored to be here representing the OpenStreetMap Foundation. I'd like to take a moment, first of all, to thank the UN OICT and the EU Commission's Digit for organizing this event and bringing together such a talented group of individuals to work on improving OpenStreetMap and achieving goals in SDGs. And I think events like this help make, we tend to think that international organizations fall out of the sky for some of us in the room, or that maps fall out of the sky for some of us in the room. And this helps make it more concrete for the open source community or for the international community, and vice versa. For those not familiar, OpenStreetMap is a collaborative project aiming to create a free editable map of the world. And since 2004, thousands of volunteers, people like you and I, have from around the globe contributed to the map, adding millions of buildings, roads, point of interest, and so on. And OpenStreetMap is now a vital resource for many organizations and individuals, providing accurate, up-to-date map data that can be used for a wide range of purposes, as we've seen in the submissions we have received for the challenge. It ranges from disaster response to environmental conservation to everyday navigation. And the challenges that we're celebrating today, challenge results we're celebrating today, are a testament to the potential of OpenStreetMap to make a positive impact on the world and on sustainable development goals. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the hard work and dedication of all the participants in this challenge. Your contributions have helped either to track sustainable development goals or to improve OpenStreetMap directly, and we're very grateful for your efforts. The international jury, as Omar was saying, spent long email threads discussing all the entries and disagreeing and agreeing and finding a final podium. And I know I sometimes wish I could jump to the other side of the screen and join the fun and join the work. It's been very inspiring and humbling to look at the creativity and efforts that you have put into this challenge. I'd like to extend special congratulations already to the winners of the challenge, whom we're about to reveal. Your ideas, your innovative ideas and impressive solutions have set a high bar for the future of SDG usage in OpenStreetMap. And I really look forward to seeing the impact of your work in the months and years ahead, and seeing what else you will come up with. Finally, I want to thank again the UN, the EU commissions, and all the participants for making this challenge a success. And I'm excited to see what the future holds for OpenStreetMap and for the many individuals and organizations who use and rely on us. Thank you.
Big thanks, Guillaume. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're recovering from COVID. And
yes, I do not recommend it. Don't get COVID.
I highly appreciate you taking the time despite your condition, and really thank you for all your support since the start. I think we wait for our next speaker, Bernardo, the Assistant Secretary General of OICT. If you don't mind, Miguel, we can jump to the next part of our agenda, which is thanking and congratulating and giving the floor to our challenge owners. As Chrysanthi had mentioned, we were thrilled. So through the hackathon, we were able to put including Eurostat, DG Connect, the EU Joint Research Center, the UN OpenGIS Initiative, and UN Mappers. So huge thanks for these challenge owners. Marco has been wonderful and amazing since the start. I know he's somewhere there. He managed to find a time in the middle of a conference and trying to find a quiet zone. Marco, you want to start with a few words as a challenge owner? Thank you.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Omar, and thanks a lot, first of all, to all the colleagues from the UN and from the Commission, DIGIT, for involving me in this super nice exercise. I really enjoyed being a mentor in this hackathon. Maybe, first of all, let me introduce myself. As you said, I work at the Joint Research Center of the European Commission. Also, I'm very happy that I have been involved because I'm an open source enthusiast since many, many years, as well as a long-standing OpenStreetMap contributor. I'm involved in the OpenStreetMap Foundation as well, and in several initiatives and projects around OSM, both at the national level and as well as international level. On the hackathon, my main responsibility was on challenge number 2, that was focused on OpenStreetMap contribution to the so-called high-value data sets. This is something very high currently in the European policy agenda, and high-value data sets are, in a nutshell, data sets, the reuse of which is associated with high socioeconomic benefits. And in particular, the challenge was suggested to use OpenStreetMap datasets for environmental, for climate, for energy-related purposes. But given, of course, my experience and my passion on OpenStreetMap, I also reviewed the submissions to all the other challenges. So I have quite a complete view of what has been submitted. Some words on actually the submissions and the process. We got many submissions, but even more important, many great submissions. So it was quite a hard selection process, and that's, I think, why it took a while to come to a final decision. Congratulations to all the 8 teams for reaching this final stage of the hackathon. I think you fully deserved it. Before you start pitching your solutions, I would like to pass some messages to all of you, both to those of you who will get an award and those who will not. The message is very simple. What you did really has a value and has an impact, or can have an impact on the OpenStreetMap community. And I really have a wish. The wish is that you will not stop here, will not give up after the hackathon, but you will continue. First of all, sharing your solutions with the larger OpenStreetMap communities. There are many communities. You know how OpenStreetMap works. There are typically local, national, continental, international communities, but there are also many channels like mailing lists, conferences, forums, newsletters, etc. So there are plenty of opportunities. And second wish is that you will continue also working on your solution, because the purpose of a hackathon is to call for prototypes, for good ideas, but again, with the help of the OSM community at large, and also feel free to reach us again. But please don't stop here. So try to make your solution become your prototype become a solution. So we would really love to see your prototypes, your ideas become really operational systems in the real future. With that, again, thanks for participating in the hackathon, and of course, good luck to all the teams. Thanks.
Huge thanks, Marco. You have been really instrumental in all this and extremely grateful for you. We will move quickly to Taro, and then we after give the keynote to Mr. Bernardo, who just joined us. But Taro, if you have a few minutes, please.
Yes, thank you, Omar, for giving me the floor. Distinguished participants, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Taro Bukawa from the UN Geospatial Information Section, and here we have my colleague, Mr. Kyung-Suom, also from UN Geospatial Information Section. We joined this hackathon as a UN OpenGIS community, and we played a mentor role for the disaster-related challenges. First of all, big congratulations to all the participants, and I would like to congratulate on your big success of the submission. Through the mentor role, I had some findings, so I would like to share with you 3 of our findings. First, we found that all of the applications are great. In particular, all of the finalists submissions were really great. So I thank you for your hard work, and really looking forward to hear the final winner of this hackathon today. And second, it was really hard for us to choose the winner because you are using wide variety of techniques. So I think we can learn each other. So taking today's opportunity, I really hope that we all participants learn from each other's submission so that we could have further good solution in the future. And my third point, because we are working to provide base map for UN operations, we often use the data from OpenStreetMap. Therefore, this time's hackathon is really important for us. And actually, I saw some improvement of the OpenStreetMap by this hackathon challenge. For example, some 3D buildings. So your work really helps our work. So I think we can work together for the future, and we really looking forward to next opportunity in the future. Thank you very much. That's all from my end. Thank you. Back to you, Omar.
Thanks so much, Taro. Again, it was amazing to have OpenGIS initiative part of the hackathon. The challenge you put was very popular, I would say, successful. We got a lot of submissions for that. Now it's my pleasure to give the floor to Mr. Bernardo Mariano Jr., who's the UN Assistant Secretary General for the Office of Information Communication Technology. He's also, second hat, the Chief IT Officer of the UN. Bernardo?
Thank you, Omar. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all colleagues around the world, colleagues, fellows, brothers and sisters. When I used to work for International Organization for Migration, I used to say fellow migrants, because we are all a product of migration, depending on how far in history we go back. I wanted to start by sharing my dream. my dream about innovation. My dream about innovation is that as we bring this great creativity that you all have to the fore, as we celebrate events like today for innovation, we also put our minds, effort, energy to scale them up, to create this wide impact, to make sure that we make a difference in the Sustainable Development Goals, to accelerate those achievements, to leave no one behind, to put technology as a huge enabler to achieve those Sustainable Development Goals. So I'm thrilled to participate today in this virtual awards ceremony. We have gathered here to celebrate this innovation, innovative ideas, and creativity to deliver concrete solutions. This second set of challenges on our initiative of open source software for Sustainable Development Goals, and I have to put a parenthesis here. Every time I speak with the government, especially from the South, I tell them that the opportunity for digital transformation lies on open source. The ability to create capacity at national level, the regional level, on open source is what will make a difference between success or not success in digital transformation. So this initiative for me is a very powerful testimony of the immense potential of open source in the digital public good. Events like these break down boundaries and connect smart innovators like you all to make durable and impactful solutions to make sure that our efforts reach a more sustainable world. So particularly the subject of this competition is not only very concerning, but also challenging as it targets one of the most urgent issues to reach sustainability in our cities. If you visit cities in Southern Hemisphere, the Northern Hemisphere, you can see what are the challenges that we have to create, to use technology to enable those cities to, as a part of the front line, to go through that sustainable development. So most important, however, this is a strong relationship between open source and the whole 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So technology and especially open source is a key enabler. Our communities have become more and more exposed to environmental problems and natural hazards that threaten our daily lives. What will determine whether those hazards become a disaster or not depend on the social, cultural, institutional, and technical aspects that we together work towards ensuring that technology, digital transformation is used to a greater good for sustainable development to make sure we leave no one behind and mitigate all the associated risks. Citizens and governments, civil society, and all institutions, we need to work together. We need to work together on urban manage urbanization through technology. When I discuss with my colleagues about digital transformation, I always ask them one simple question. Imagine or tell me, how would your digital twin of whatever you're doing now would look like? So how does the digital twin of a city would look like? And how we could use that digital twin to enhance services, deliverables, to make sure that we have better, more efficient transports and in all other areas to ensure that we are all working towards those sustainable development goals. So with the help of open source software, artificial intelligence, big data, and information management system, we can build our capacity to encounter natural threats and improve the management of urban communities and resources. So I'm counting with all of you, yes, all of us, to make sure that we keep that as our first and top priority as we use the open source to support and enable the digital transformation. It is a huge challenge, but it's also a great opportunity to reach the desired smart urban infrastructure and create the behavioral change that will bring development and prosperity for people and communities living in urban areas as well as other places. Friends, colleagues, brothers and sisters, fellow migrants, as I used to say in my previous job, I'm very glad that today we are celebrating the closing of those 7 successful innovation challenges with our partners and friends of the European Commission, the Director General, the DIGIT, and on OpenStreetMaps. So the EU, the European Commission, DIGIT, and open source and OpenStreetMap, we've been working together in these, and we will continue this journey as we all put the best of what we can do to jointly create that movement that will take us to the next level in terms of SDGs. I want to congratulate not only the 8 finalists of the competition, but all the 49 innovative solutions submitted and the brilliant minds who worked on them. Be sure that your ideas shed lights on our search for a brighter, better, and more inclusive future. I also want to thank all the challenge owners, Eurosat, the EU Joint Research Center, the UN Open Source GIS, and UN Mappers, GIS and UN Mappers, as well as the teams who have worked in this initiative, because without your hard work, your dedication, your support, this would not have been possible. So before I hand over to my colleagues, it is my sincere wish that today's event will result in both actions and partnerships to ensure that open source solutions accelerate progress towards sustainable cities and communities. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Obrigado. Asante sana. Thank you. Over to you, Omar.
Thank you very much, Bernardo, for your inspiring and kind word and encouraging word to the participant. We have one last challenge owner, and then we're going to go to the moment we're all waiting for. And please get ready to be wowed, because we're going to show videos and presentations of all the 8 finalists, and get ready. It's pretty incredible what our finalists did. So before getting there, we have with us Diego, our colleague from UN in GSC in Valencia, who's representing the UN Mappers initiative. Diego, a few words, please.
Thank you very much, Mark. Yeah, my name is Diego Gonzalez, and I work at the United Nations Global Service Center. I am based actually in Brindisi, Italy, and I represent the coordination activities of the UN Maps program and the UN Mappers crowdsourcing community that is definitely leveraging the power of open data, and specifically OpenStreetMap, for the benefit of the creation and the delivery of geospatial services for the people in need, not only our colleagues within the UN, but the international community at large. And definitely it has an impact. All the submissions, all the finalists and the winners that will be announced right now will have a big impact on the activities that we deliver. So I just want to be very brief so that we can announce the winners. Omar, back to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Diego and UN Mappers. So I should have started with that, but I'm happy to announce that we promised it during the last award ceremony that today we're actually using an open source software to broadcast our event. So we're not only talking the talk, but as we say here in America, we're walking the walk as well. So we're open source all the way. First event that I'm using of this proportion that are on open source platform. And thank you to company Ticket Behind and Miguel. Miguel, you have the floor. The moment we're all waiting for presentations of all the 8 finalists, please.
Yeah, thanks, Omar. Indeed, we are using, as you can see, Jitsi for the event. So it's something that we are using internally as well. I'm very happy with it. Now is indeed, as Omar said, is the pitching moment. Most of you have videos, so there's nothing you need to say, but at least I will give you the floor to quickly introduce yourself because we are running a bit behind schedule. So I would like to kindly be brief before your video is played. So if I look at the list and we follow an alphabetical order, the first proposal that we have is biking improver. And I think that's Francesco. So Francesco, if you can quickly say hello and then we play the video.
Yes, hello. I'm Francesco and I'm an intern at FBK. Yeah, we worked on this project with my boss, that is Maurizio Napolitano, that is the header of Digital Commons Lab in FBK, the Bruno Kessler Foundation, and Riccardo Nanni, who is a researcher in data governance still in FBK. Yeah, I want to thank them because working with them was easy because we had a good connection. Let's say it was a good environment where to work with, and yeah, we are glad that we participated to this challenge. So back to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Francesco. Michele, Ugo, can we play the video for Viking Improver?
Good morning, my name is Francesco Weichmann and I'm an intern at FBK, the Bruno Kessler Foundation. Today I'm going to talk to you about the project that my team and I made for this challenge. My team is composed by Maurizio Napolitano, that is the head of the explorative project Digital Commons Lab at FBK, and Riccardo Nanni, who is a researcher in data governance at FBK, and myself. The goal of our project is to propose a methodology in order to increase the data regarding cyclability inside of OpenStreetMap, making use of gamification and OpenStreetMap itself. Gamification is the use of game concepts such as points, levels, rewards, and competition in non-gameful environment. It is used to engage the user more, and it can either implement individual or group competition. During the years, different applications were created in order to increment the data inside of OpenStreetMap. Among the others, Street Complete is the one that our applications take the most inspiration from. The common problem with these types of application is the lack of a wider community, and for this reason we decided to use gamification inside of our application, similarly to Street Complete. But even still, this might not be enough to engage the user. So we decided to use our application in a different contest. That is the contest of mapathons. Mapathons are organized events in which the users have to map more than the others in order to win a prize at the end. Our application also differentiates itself from Street Complete because it has a validation system and also has a specific topic that can also be changed when needed.
The user can log in the web application by using the login button. In the homepage, the user can see clusters of different ways and questions associated to them. The user can change the layer that you can see on the map by choosing between a choice of different layers. You can see the profile in which you can see his points, levels, progress, and name. You can also check his medals as well as how they are obtained. The user can also change the theme of the web application. There's a ranking page in which the user can see his position in the leaderboard, as well as seeing other users' profile and their progress. There's also a shopping page in which the user can buy pins to put on the map with a brief sentence and power-ups that will help him climb the rank faster. In the home page, the user can choose the layer Show Higher in order to see the questions with the most points associated to them. The user can click on a way to see the questions, and he can choose between a set of different answers to send to the database.
This was our solution. We hoped you enjoyed our video as well as our web application, and thank you again for your attention.
Thanks, Francesco. and thanks to the team. Well done. Every time we have a submission, we have a quick feedback from one of the mentors. In this case, Marco, can you say briefly a few words of this proposal?
Yes. First of all, thanks a lot, Francesco and the whole team. Congratulations. This looks like a great app. Especially, I appreciated also the very high level of detail and the amount of information that you submitted together with your application. My feeling is that the app seems already quite mature, so I hope really you can continue working on it and also publish it on the official stores. Also, I think relying on gamification today is quite an established way to get quality information and data from citizens. Of course, when this is coupled with OpenStreetMap data, the result is something cool. I acknowledge that you started from Street Complete. I also hope that the data that the users actually input finally are come back to OpenStreetMap for the benefit, of course, of the whole community. And I believe that if this is the case, then the app would also attract additional developers active in the OpenStreetMap ecosystem for actually maintaining and further improving the app, which at the end is what we want, right? To build sustainable solutions. So thanks again, and wish you the best.
Thanks, Marco. Let's move to the next one, which following the alphabetical order is CTGML data import from Ibuki from Japan. And I think the way we're going to play this is that we play the video and Ibuki, you will explain it. I think that's the way. Is that correct?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, so wait for Michele to play the video for you.
Thank you.
Hi, in this video, we're
Ibuki, hi, I think the video is already playing. So.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we do.
Actually, I'm trying to explain the video online. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm Ibuki Shibayama from USMAP AGU, Aoyama Gakuin University. And in this hackathon, we completed and submitted the formal manual for importing CTGML into OpenStreetMap and also practiced on a test basis. It is based on the draft of import manual by Satoshi Ida. We try to promote the use of CTGML by contributing OpenStreetMap. This graphic recording video explains the import procedure. First, downloading CTGML from Plato, a Japanese government project. The CTGML is 3D models of cities and landscapes. It is standardized as an international exchangeable format by OGC. Second, converting it an OSM file by using an open source converter built by Yu Hayashi. It is published on GitHub. Then merging it with OpenStreetMap data in the same area and validating it. After that, uploading the validated data to OpenStreetMap using JOSM. It allows us to update the building data on OpenStreetMap efficiently, and it's more detailed. After the import, we can see the number of buildings and the metadata, including level, heights, name, etc., have been updated at once. Thus, by using CTGML as open standard and the converter as open source, we contributed to OpenStreetMap as open data for smart cities. Furthermore, we publish these procedures as open source manual. And we hope that this manual will be help other countries when they import CityGML into OSM as a reference or example. Thank you.
Thanks, thanks, Ibuki. Very impressive as well. I don't know, Guillaume, do you want to say a few words about the city GML import very briefly? What do you think about, in your reflections, what you had about this proposal?
Oh, sorry. Could you rephrase that?
So, do you want me to say a few words?
Yeah, if possible, yes. About city GML import.
Yes. It's one of these things that people in the OpenStreetMap world have been talking for a long time, and we can talk about things forever to the point of being paralyzed. And I thought it was an elegant solution. It doesn't translate the 3D tags, but that's fine for now. I think it will be very useful to many people in many places. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Guillaume. And thanks, Ibuki. Well done.
Thank you.
Let's move on. Communities. Brian, I don't know if you are. I didn't see you. Is Brian in the call? Shall we wait for him maybe? And if not, I think he gave some text that Omar, I think you could read if he finally cannot make it. Okay. If while waiting for Brian, then I move on to the green 15-minute city from the Heidelberg in university. And yeah, I don't know who is there in the room. Marcel?
So we have the full team here, actually, more or less. Yeah, thank you for inviting us to this, and we greatly appreciated the opportunity.
Great. Let's play the video then.
For this challenge, our team at HiGit developed a scalable application for the topic, the Green 15-Minute City. The idea supports sustainable urban transitions by analyzing how self-sufficient the city neighborhoods are with respect to pedestrian accessibility across age groups to various aspects such as health, education, commerce, or leisure. And this decoupled information is captured in terms of multiple indicators and an overall readiness score. Not just that, our algorithm is unique as it calculates the most important streets within a city and how green they are. And that's very relevant in the context of carbon emissions and climate change. We hope that through this code, which is scalable to any city, we could positively impact data-driven decision-making for any organization that works to bridge the sustainability gap within the cities and the UN SDG goal number 11.
As part of our project, we have calculated a 15-minute city index for each neighborhood in Mannheim, Germany. To do this, we first identified all residential mixed-use areas in the city, and then divided these areas into neighborhoods with 150-meter radii. Each dot represents one of these neighborhoods, with their color referring to their access to 15-minute city subtopics, such as primary care, education, and supermarkets. The colors we see now are based on the walking speeds of adults, but we've also calculated separate indexes for children and the elderly.
Part of our project is our assessment of road centrality and greenness. To do this, we extracted a pedestrian graph from OpenRoute service to simulate trips from each neighborhood to the closest essential service points. The simulated trips are then aggregated to calculate street segment centrality scores. This provides insight into how important and how frequently used a single segment is to the overall pedestrian network. Adding to this, we calculated the greenness of street segments to evaluate how green or not the most central road segments in a city are.
The green areas in Mannheim were mapped using OpenStreetMap data and satellite imagery. A cloud-free satellite image covering the whole city was created by combining multiple images captured by the Sentinel-2 satellite. Based on this, a vegetation index was calculated to highlight the vegetated areas. From OpenStreetMap, land use-related information was downloaded using the OSM API.
Quality is important as the project relies on whether the data is accurate and precise. In the project, we used OpenStreetMap data. To estimate the data quality, we used a tool called Awesome Quality Analyst developed by Hackett. We chose the Mapping Saturation Indicator. The indicator looks at the growth of the OpenStreetMap features in the last 3 years. We have developed a clear and intuitive product for city and urban planners. This product can be easily scaled to another area to assess the Green 15 City Index. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys. I don't know if the video finished before time. Anyway, I think it was enough for us to see the quality of the job you have done. I didn't know you, but I understand that you are very known in the OpenStreetMap community. So well done. Marco, would you like to say a few words on this proposal?
With pleasure. I think I forgot to say before when introducing myself that I also have quite a long experience in OpenStreetMap research, and I'm of course very well aware of the great research that the Heidelberg team is doing. It was super interesting at the same time to catch up with some latest developments, so I can only congratulate with this work. I really appreciated the complexity of the models that are really behind what you showed, the amount of the heterogeneous data sets that you combine, and of course the scientific value of all of this. So well done.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Marco. We move to the next one. And by the way, if Brian is around, let me know, because I'm just following the order, but he can chip in at any moment. The next one is Holocene. I think that's you, Brendan, if you're in the call.
Yep, I am.
There you are. Quickly introduce yourself, and then we play the video.
Sure. Hi, I'm Brendan from Australia. Thanks for having me, and thanks for everyone who's put together the hackathon. Go ahead and play the video.
Okay, let's go for it.
Good morning. My name is Francesco Weichmann.
Yeah, we saw that one before. I can put it in the chat even, I think.
Good morning. My name is Francesco Weichmann, and I'm an internet.
Yeah, we have repeated the video from earlier. I cannot hear you, Miguel.
Sorry, I was saying, Brandon, maybe you can put it in the chat, and then Hugo, you can pick it up from there.
Sure.
Do you still have the link with you, Brandon?
Let me try to find it.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think I can give it to Hugo quickly. There you go. Yes.
Maybe we can move to the next one, SDG 11, and then come back to this if you don't mind. The SDG 11 progress tracker.
Sure. Then next one in the list is yet another map. Santiago. So quickly introduce yourself, and then we play your video.
Yeah, hi, I'm Santiago from Spain. Yeah, I'm super glad to be here. I already felt like I already win because just publishing this project, taking it out of my mind is a win for me. So yeah, please enjoy.
Thanks, Santiago. Let's go for the video.
Hi everyone, my name is Mickey, and I'm from Hong Kong. Currently, I'm a master's student at the Erasmus Mundus SDG.
Okay, this is what's happening when we go live sometimes. So yeah, looks like we have, as you say in French, a décalage of videos. Shall I? Can you find, guys, the right link or? Yeah, Omar is putting in the chat.
I have it right here. Let me share it with you.
That's the beauty of being live.
Hi, I'm Santiago Crespo from Madrid. I'm an OpenStreetMap volunteer and enjoy working with geographical data. My project is Jaum, yet another open map. It is a curated collection of authoritative and non-authoritative datasets in an OpenStreetMap compatible format and data model. OpenStreetMap was born as a reaction to the lack of open data, while Jaum is a reaction to the abundance of it. The objective is to have a spatial database made up of automatic imports from the best open datasets for each feature and area. These datasets will be curated by volunteers and organizations worldwide. By having the same format as OSM and a compatible data model, it is possible to use this data with the great ecosystem of tools that already exists. The OSM community provides and maintains data, while the Jaum community provides and maintains scripts and the specification. The Jaum data model follows the basics of the OSM data model, so geometries are represented as nodes, ways, and relations, and the attributes as tags. But instead of having an open tagging approach, in the Jaum specification, all tags are unambiguously defined after being discussed and agreed by the community. Jaum data can be used for many purposes, such as rendering, data analysis, routing, education, just to name a few. It can also be used to improve OSM, to detect areas in OSM that are missing a feature, or areas that have or might have geometric problems. For example, a highway that goes over a footway area, according to Jaum, or just as a catalog of possible imports. It will be also a useful resource for the producers of open data, as the Jaum quality assurance and the community review process and discussion will provide feedback to improve the source data. The Jaum database rights, scripts, and documentations are licensed under the Creative Commons 0.1.0 Universal, while the individual datasets are licensed under different various open licenses. Some data providers use licenses that requires Jaum to give attributions to the sources and to let you know what license applies. Jaum gives credit to all data sources, no matter the license, and keenly asks its users to do the same. Users can also find the license for each dataset in the website and also in the data itself. I believe this project has the potential to be a useful resource as a way to aggregate all the open geodata worldwide in a way that can be easily reused.
Thanks, Santiago. Very interesting as well. Yes, yet another map. I'm not for the mentors here. I'm asking every time if someone wants to comment. Marco Guillaume if you want to say a few words quickly, very briefly, please go on.
I can start maybe very quickly. I really see a value here because we know very well that integrating OpenStreetMap data and even more in general crowdsourced data is with authoritative data is extremely important and could bring a lot of value. I think if we are here, we all believe that OpenStreetMap can significantly contribute to improve, to update, or to complement authoritative data. I think this project goes exactly in that direction, and I would really congratulate for the work. And so I really see a value here. Thanks.
Thanks, Marco. Guillaume, do you have any comments? Otherwise,
yeah, I thought Holocene was quite interesting, and I would love to see, because it takes quite a bit of time to load the data in Holocene. I would love to see it improved in just taking everything from the Overpass API in one go. I thought it also suffered a bit from using just counting the nodes, and then if you look at a big city, you get a higher score than a small city, even if the small city has more parks than the big city per inhabitant. So turning the metrics into something qualitative instead of quantitative would be interesting in the future.
Thanks, Guillaume. So you see, Santiago, it's a good initiative, and still, many opportunities for improving. So thanks, Santiago. Now, Holocene, maybe we should get back to Brendan, if we have the video for Holocene. Yeah, okay, let's go.
Holocene is a web application for creating urban development metrics for cities and communities. Holocene lets users leverage OpenStreetMap data to create their own sets of metrics, called facets, for any place defined in OpenStreetMap. These facets can be mapped to any of the 231 indicators that support the UN SDGs, allowing users to create their own scoring framework and interactive visualizations for benchmarking and monitoring what matters to a city in their sustainable development journey. Holocene is an open source application presented as a fully working prototype with user documentation and guidance. It is freely available for anyone to use right now. To use Holocene, we start in the Compose section. It begins by asking users to locate the city they're interested in. Using the search field, we're able to choose from over 600,000 boundaries defined in OpenStreetMap. This means Holocene can operate at vastly different scales, from small towns to mega cities or even informal settlements, as long as they've been contributed to the OpenStreetMap project. After locating a city, the next task is to specify what OpenStreetMap data features matter for that community. In Holocene, we call these data points facets, and we connect them to SDG indicators using the Facet Composer. This matrix-like interface allows users to do two things. Firstly, users define or compose the data facets they want to include. Holocene comes with a set of presets to help users get started quickly. These can be edited and replaced as the user wishes. Secondly, users connect facets to SDG indicators using simple circle indicators. These define whether there is a positive or inverse relationship between the facet and indicator, and whether that relationship is expected to have a high or low impact. This can be done for every SDG and their respective sets of targets and indicators. Once facets are composed and connected, users can save them for reuse with other cities. The final step in the Compose section is to retrieve data from OpenStreetMap. There are 4 sets of requests here, and they take a few minutes to generate. Let's skip ahead to the final section so we can see. The facet map shows all of the city's facets and provides a visual representation of the connections between each facet and SDG indicator. Connections for facets or indicators can be highlighted individually. The data for each facet is shown as a sparkline trend chart and in a bar chart showing the total count and breakdown of OpenStreetMap feature type. The facet benchmark table provides a simple comparison of facet data, normalized by city area, for a set of other cities. This helps users understand how their facets compare to other places around the world. The facet map and benchmark table are functional representations of facet data. These are useful tools for data reporting and data exploration tasks. The final unfinished feature of Holocene is a 3-dimensional representation of the city built from OpenStreetMap data. The hope is that this platform might unlock opportunities to design novel interactive data representations, potentially combined with more human-level datasets, providing new storytelling capabilities and insights about sustainable development.
Thanks, Brendan. Very impressive. So well done. Guillaume, would you like to comment on Holocene, your reflections?
Thank you. I actually made the comments before about Holocene.
Holocene. Okay,
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, sorry, sorry about the mix-up.
Marco, you want to comment on Holocene? Just quickly.
Sure. Again, another great application. I was impressed about this, also because it was one, I would say, of the very few applications that we received that specifically tackled SDG 11 here and showed how OpenStreetMap data can contribute to SDG 11 and to the calculation of indicators. So I really appreciated this one. Of course, also from the technical point of view, the app maybe didn't work well with all the browsers, so there was something to fix, but that's totally in the spirit of a hackathon, and this is a prototype. I really appreciated the design, the effort that was put into that, the complexity also of the underlying model. So thanks a lot. That was another great example, I think, of applications that we got for this hackathon. And please, once again, don't stop it here, but please try to really make it operational, liaise with the community, and let's not stop. Thanks.
Thanks, Marco. So I go on with the next one. If Brian at some moment is connecting, let me know. The next one I have in the list after Holocene, yet another map. Now it's the tsunami visualization 3D map from Naoki. So yeah, Naoki, please say hello, and then we will play the video.
Oh, hello. I'm from Japan, and I'm really enjoy these hackathons. Thank you.
Thanks, Naoki. Let's play the video.
Hello, I'm Naoki Ohashi, and I'm glad to join and selected to the finalist of OSS4SDG Sustainable Cities and Communities Hackathons. I'm Naoki Ohashi, and I'm an engineer at Journia Inc., which is GIS company in Japan. Also, I am contributor of Caritas, which is a project of the United Nations Spectre Tile Toolkit. I live in Kishimoto, Wakayama Prefecture in Japan. This time, what I built and why I built it is I created a tsunami visualization interactive 3D map for Nankai Trough Mega Earthquake. I live in Kishimoto, and where the Nankai Trough earthquakes are expected to occur. If it happens, it is expected to cause extensive damage. The Japanese government has published static disaster prevention maps, and this time I created the 3D interactive tsunami simulation map based on the tsunami prediction data published by the government. Compared to ordinary disaster prevention maps, this map allows you to zoom in on any locations you like and see the height of the waves in 3D. This is the demo of the map. You can choose the location and time of tsunami. You can move the map by dragging the mouse. You can choose the time of tsunami by dragging the slider, this time slider, which slider has duration 0 to 60 minutes. And here is the legend of tsunami height. And for example, around 7 minutes after the earthquake, the tsunami height is about 1 meters on the Kishimoto beach, and And after 40 or 5 minutes, the main part of Kushimoto town is flooded by tsunami. And this blue beans is the evacuation places. How I built it. I got tsunami simulation point data published by the Japanese government in CSV format. Since the data was in point format, I created the 10 meter square polygons and converted them to GeoJSON format. Then I created the vector tile from the GeoJSON by using a typical attribution is here. Thank you.
Thanks, Naoki. Very, very nice proposal as well. Yes, as all what we are seeing, right? Guillaume, do you have any comments on this one that you would like to give?
When we were looking at it, at first I thought, well, what's the OpenStreetMap connection? And I think after a while I realized that it shows that OpenStreetMap is the default map for something like this. It's the easiest choice to use. You would have to have a very good reason or a very specific need to use anything other than OpenStreetMap. I think it's also nice that it shows, thanks to OpenStreetMap, it can show all kinds of points of information, from hospitals to evacuation points to schools to gym halls where you can where you can host people overnight. It's also easy to expand this all around the Pacific Rim to other countries that are tsunami prone. I thought it was a very elegant way of doing it as well. I really like this entry.
Thanks, Guillaume, indeed. So congratulations, Naoki. And let me see my papers. I think we are now heading to the last one, which is the SDG 11 progress trackers for cities. Miki, if you are there, feel free to introduce yourself, and then we play the video.
Yeah, hello, I'm Mickey, and I'm really happy that I can be part of this hackathon. So thank you.
Thanks, Mickey. Let's play the video.
Hi everyone, my name is Mickey, and I'm from Hong Kong. Currently, I'm a master's student at the Erasmus Mundus SDG program. Today, I'm going to present my solution for the OSS4SDG Hackathon. The main motivation behind my solution is to provide an interface for the public to check the city's SDG 11 progress. So now let's check the progress for the city Helsinki. So once we selected the city, on the left side, you will see the map of that city. And on the right side, you can see the list of SDG 11 indicators. So let's say we want to check on the 11.7 indicators, which is providing universal access to green and public space. So we click on that, and it will show us the definition for these indicators and how we measure it using OpenStreetMap data. And on the bottom left, you will see the current data displayed in bar chart, and it show us the number of playground and park per 100,000 people in Helsinki. On the right side, you will see the line graph, which show us the historical data. So we can check the progress of the city. So from 2019 to 2021, there's been increased number of park in Helsinki. Besides checking the city progress, we can also perform urban design analysis. So in this example, we perform the centrality analysis on Helsinki, and we can see the concentration of facility in the red dot. And we can see the darker spot, it means that there's less facility here. Also, we can perform walkability analysis. And it shows us how long does it take to walk to nearest amenity facility, such as supermarket or post office. This analysis can really help the urban planner to identify the area that need more attention in the city. And that's all from me. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Mickey. Again, another very impressive proposal. Yeah, we are running a bit late of time, but Guillaume, Marco, very quickly, if you want to say your opinion on this proposal. Guillaume?
Yes, thank you. I really liked how it gave you qualitative information. I really like also the walkability indicators. You can really use this to compare one city with another. It was well done. Only thing, it could download everything from Overpass API in one go, but that's minor. Thank you.
Thanks, Guillaume, and well done, Mickey, again. Brian is not there, right? We are just missing the communities.
We can read on his behalf, Miguel.
We can read on his behalf, and maybe we will ask Guillaume to comment on this also very, very good proposal. So yeah, Omar, please go
So
ahead.
Brian sent us a text in case he wouldn't be able to join. So I'll be reading it on his behalf. That I'm Brian de Rocher. He's Brian de Rocher, and here's the story behind communities in OpenStreetMap. So he was a volunteer mapper with OpenStreetMap for 13 years, and he met OSM in 2009 when he's searching for map technology to place on a greenhouse gas website he was building for the government. So while the project picked Google Maps, he was personally hooked on OpenStreetMap and started attending local events in Washington, D.C., held by a group of amateur mappers called Mapping DC. On his first outing, he was mapping the National Zoo. Lucky. Since the Mapping DC has held dozens of in-person virtual events, this event built communities in several ways. So first, it helped bring together a diverse group of people with common interest in building maps, and he got to know the people in neighborhood around DC. And third, by improving the map, he helped the community find local parks, libraries, subway stations, doctors, and so on, and other support also the local culture. Across America, there are dozens small groups like this, and around the world there are hundreds, but each group organizers gathering in their own way, and it varies from group to group. So for a long time, the OpenStreetMap volunteers have identified event organizations and community building as an opportunity for improvement. So he built the new feature at the core of OpenStreetMap ecosystem, the OSM website itself, to fill this gap. So originally called Microcosm, the feature he built is now called Communities. It supports small groups like Mapping DC by letting them organize events with their members. Groups can be created based on spatial proximity or similar interests. For example, the Rails to Trail group or LGBTQ mappers. Organizers can create events, blast notifications to members, and track RSVPs within a group. Members can see local changes on a map and diary posts from fellow members. Some more features are planned for the future. And as it stands, the feature is so large that it has been broken into 4 modules. Each one will be analyzed and evaluated before being merged into a base website. While this happened, there are 2 other efforts to improve community on OSM. First, OSM Community Index, and 2, reimaginingosm.org. So his feature must blend with those to build a good user experience. After all, the best experience our users have, the better our improvement will be and the greater the impact will be in cities around the world. Thanks for your consideration. So my personal view here, unbelievable effort was done. The amount of work that was done behind is really impressive. And really sorry Brian couldn't join us today, but I was happy to still give an idea about his solutions. I don't know, Guillaume, you want to quickly tell us what you think and what's your personal impressions on communities?
Yes, thank you, Omar. So the communities feature is something Brian has been working on for a long time, I think, and I think it suffered when we talked about it a bit from not being finished and not having something tangible that the jury could play with, even if it's something very, very important for the OpenStreetMap website, addresses one of the biggest pain points that has been a pain point for more than a decade. And it almost feels unfair to say, well, it's a bit too ambitious, but on the other hand, it feels a bit self-inflicted. I'm really excited about the work. I will be very happy to see it finished, and I would like to encourage it very much to continue. Thank you.
Thanks, Guillaume. Indeed, a great amount of work, and it's a pity that Brian could not make it. But okay, so we went through all 8 proposals, and now the moment comes where we go to see the winners in a reverse order. So we have, now we go straight to the 4th prize, the special mention. And I think we have a little video just to give a bit more of emotion to the moment. So, Michele, Hugo. Okay, and the 4th prize, special mention, goes to the Communities project, precisely Ryan, that unfortunately he cannot say here thanks. But yeah, an amazing amount of work, as Guillaume was mentioning, and an enormous dedication during the hackathon. He was also working very hard. We could see all the work he was doing. So congrats. And I think Marco, I think, was trying to clap because I saw you want to speak, but I think you
yes, indeed. Sorry.
But well done, well done, Brian. And yeah, I hope that you can see this recording afterwards and enjoy the moment. Many people are raising their hand, probably trying to clap, but Bernardo as well. Okay, well done, Brian, and yeah, congrats. Let's move to the 3rd prize, and let's play the short video before. Okay, 3rd prize. And by the way, I remind that the discussions were very hot. The rankings were very close. So yeah, it was a difficult choice. But in the 3rd position, we have Olosin. Brendan, congratulations. Well done, Brendan. You can say a few words.
Okay, just thank you to everybody again for putting this on, and yeah, just that's it. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, we were very impressed with your solution. The beauty of the UI, all the concepts. So yeah, excellent. And as Marco and Guillaume, they say, please go on, continue on your project, and we wish you all the best.
Great, thanks.
Thanks, Brendan. Okay. By the way, Guillaume, Marco, if at someone you want to chip in with some words, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we move to the 2nd prize video, please. And the second prize goes to the biking improver, Francesco and colleagues. Well done. Second prize for you. Again, amazing amount of work. And yeah, the gamification concept and yeah, very well done. Congrats. Francesco, are you there?
Yes, I don't know if you can hear me.
We do.
I'm really happy. Thank you. Yeah, I want to say thank you to all of you for creating all this challenge and to all my team. Thank you. I still have to process everything. Thanks again.
Well done, Francesco, and congrats to you and your team. Thank you. Okay, I don't know if you hear some noise in my place, but I hope you don't. Otherwise, I'm sorry for that. First prize, video in. Okay, first prize, and as I said, it was very difficult so far, all the different positions of this podium, but looks like for this proposal there was more consensus. And the first prize goes to the SDG 11 Progress Tracker for Cities. Mickey, well done, congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
It was very well done. As I said, all the mentors, sometimes they had different opinions, but it looks like for yours there was more consensus. And again, very, very impressed. I think in this case, maybe Marco and Guillaume, it's worth to say a few words. But first, Mickey, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to thank everyone for organizing this hackathon, and I really learned a lot during this hackathon. Thank you.
Thanks, Mickey. Marco, Guillaume, you already said your thoughts. Someone laughing over there. I don't know who's that. But yeah, feel free to say a few words as well.
Yes, congratulations. It was a fantastic solution, a fantastic entry. It's something that really, it's the kind of entry we were hoping for when we had the first meetings about, oh, we want to start an event. Congratulations again.
Thanks, Guillaume.
Yeah, I fully share what Guillaume said. This is the kind of solution that we hoped for. It's something that has been specifically developed for the purpose of the hackathon, SDG 11. Again, it is strongly built and really shows the value of OpenStreetMap to support the calculation of indicators. So in a way, it's something that can be used, can be useful for the OpenStreetMap community, can be improved by the OpenStreetMap community as a scientific relevance, is in line with policy goals. So there have been multiple reasons why at the end we decided through, of course, a collaborative process and a lot of discussions to award this. But I would like to close coming back to the way we started this by congratulating with all the finalists and even all the other teams. I think it was once again very hard for us to come up with a final ranking because one solution excelled in some aspects and another solution in some other aspects. So we had to really carefully weight all the factors and then come up with the ranking. I think it's been a great experience for all of us, for the mentors, for the organizers, and for the teams. Once again, keep up the good work, and this is a message to all the teams. Thanks.
Thank you. Omar, you want to say something? Or...
No, I just like want to first congratulate the winners, but also I imagine the other 4 finalists who didn't win must be disappointed. Please don't be. Your solution are absolutely wonderful, be it the CityGML data improver, be it the green 15-minute city, the tsunami visualization, or yet another map. You can be very proud of the work that you've done. And I'll need you to trust me that up to a few hours ago, we were still talking about the winners. You made it very hard for us to pick a winner. And that's really a testimony of the quality and the result of the result and an amazing work you did. So please give yourself a big tap in the back, and you can be very proud of your work. On my side, I just want, as a wrap up, to really thank the team that was working behind. So we have Sebastian, Francesco, Jorge from the UN side, Emily and John also from the OICT side. They've been wonderful throughout the whole experience. On the Digit side, it's been working as one team. It's been an amazing partnership with you guys, Anna, Heis, yourself, Miguel. It's been a wonderful journey. This is the 2nd edition. As you know, we had SDG 4 a few months back. Now we're closing the SDG 11. So please be tuned. Keep coming to our website. Keep checking our Twitter account. Keep checking our usual websites and accounts. And we will be announcing very soon the next edition of OSS4SDG. So we're looking at a few options, and hopefully in the next coming month or 2 max, we will be announcing the new SDG and the new set of challenges. And again, we'll be happy to have you all join us there. So big round of applause to all of you, to the team behind, to our partner. Guillaume has been absolutely wonderful. Marco, Diego, Kwansu, Taro, all the challenge owners. Thank you very, very much for everybody.
Thanks, Omar. And yes, this is it. Well done to all of you. As Omar said, you were the top 8 out of 49 proposals. So I think you should be all very proud of what you have done. Thank you all. Thanks for the experience, and see you in the next one. So thank you. Thanks.